Today we're making 4 delicious oatmeal recipes that you will love having for breakfast. The first few times that I tried oatmeal, I absolutely hated it. The texture, the bland taste, I found it extremely boring. That all changed when I found out how to cook it the proper way. In fact, within the last 4 years, I'd say about 9 out of 10 of my breakfasts have been oatmeal, and I don't find it boring at all. Today I wanted to share some of my tips and tricks so that you too can make oatmeal a staple if it isn't already, and crave it in the morning just like you do coffee. First, let's take a look at what type of oatmeal we'll be using. The most common oatmeal varieties are instant, rolled, and steel cut. Instant and rolled are great for when you're in a pinch because you can microwave them or make overnight oats with them, but they both lack the texture that I personally love. Steel cut oats are the least processed of this bunch, in addition to being tastier. According to a study conducted by Mekki et al. In 2017, less processed grains also keep you fuller for longer. In fact, there's an even less processed oat variety called groats, and these are the intact oat grains. But unfortunately, groats aren't as accessible, and I personally have only been able to find them online. But steel cut is definitely the next best thing. Now let's get to the recipes. First, we rinse 2 cups of steel cut oatmeal and add it to a large pot. At this point, you can also toast the oats and give them a smokier flavor. Add 2 cups of plant milk and 1 cup of water per every 1 cup of oatmeal. Adding a creamy liquid like plant milks is essential for a great bowl of oatmeal, but you can skip it and just add water if necessary. Bring it to a boil, then add a pinch of salt and reduce the heat to a simmer for about 25 minutes, depending on the consistency you like. And now that our base is all ready, we can make the different varieties. For our first recipe, pour about 1.5 cups of the oatmeal base that we've made into a bowl. Add 2 tablespoons of cacao powder, 1 mashed banana, 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, and mix. Add in a handful of walnuts or any other nut that you desire and serve with berries. You can find the exact measurements in the description box as well, so no need to memorize. In my opinion, this one tastes almost as good as chocolate cake and goes very well with strawberries. For our next recipe, pour about 1.5 cups of the oatmeal base into a bowl and add 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1/3 of a cup of chopped pitted dates, and mix. Add in chopped apple, then serve with a tahini drizzle and more apple on the side. If you're making this version in the fall or winter, I'd highly recommend cooking down the apples first, along with some maple syrup and vanilla extract. For our next recipe, start with the oatmeal base, then add in the zest of 1 lemon. Should make about 1.5 teaspoons. Add 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, 1/3 of a cup of chopped dried apricot, and mix. Add in blueberries and serve with more on the side. This one also goes very well with coconut yogurt and poppy seeds on top. Finally, this last recipe is what I make the most often. And that's because it makes me feel great and it tastes great. Into a bowl, add our oatmeal base. Add in 1 teaspoon of freshly ground saffron that we extracted in warm water, 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of ground black pepper, and mix. Add in 1/3 of a cup of chopped dried figs, and there you have it. Serve with your favorite berries. I usually make a big batch of oatmeal on Sundays, then add any fresh fruit or other toppings individually in the morning. This way, your big batch of oatmeal will keep in the fridge for about a week. Let me know down in the comments which of these oatmeal recipes you'd like to try out first. And if you really don't like oatmeal at all, then I'd highly recommend starting out with the first one to see how decadent oatmeal can really be. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be well.